Hello, you guys. How is everybody? Y'all be quiet. Please be quiet. Hey, Janice. Hey, Miss Nelly. Actual Treasure. And Ronald. I know I said it for 7 o'clock. Timu, you can go on, child. I ain't ordering nothing. I ain't getting ready to order nothing. I gotta go to some training. I'm really excited about the training. Hey, Tashawn. Y'all make sure listen. I overslept. I was supposed to get on my praying line this morning. Y'all, I overslept because I was up late last night. But y'all better get on that praying line, y'all. When I tell you all there have been some breakthroughs, I'm telling you, I'm talking about, because what we've been praying for and meditating on is financial breakthroughs and healing. Some of my moderators that have not gotten their stuff, y'all are going to get y'all stuff, I promise. ZK, what the postal service is going to have to do is, I guess they're going to, because it was insurance on it, reimburse me. In the meantime, I'm going to just send you, because when I went into the store, I bought a lot of them. I bought a lot of different wines, and well, I bought a lot of different flavors. Okay. So I'll send you another one. I want y'all to sit back and relax and enjoy your wine. And I got you something else. Hey, Tyranny, we got to meet tomorrow, Tyranny. I got to be in court early. I got to be in court early tomorrow. I got to be in court early, like real early. Whew. It's been a busy week, but it's still been a blissful week for me. Yeah. Okay. I'll call you later. I got to do some things. Somebody pour me a glass. Okay. She said, pour her a glass. You know what? Sometimes I be wanting to have like a glass of wine when I'm sitting on here. But one thing I do know is like wine makes me real sleepy. So I'm like, dog, if I start drinking, because then and even if it don't make me sleepy, like it'll relax me. It might change my mood a little bit. Like I might get emotional. I start thinking about, sometimes I start thinking about like all of my relatives that I love so much that have passed on. So I have to watch that. I don't drink wine a lot, but I sure buy a lot of wine. I like to buy that sweet wine because I always like, if somebody come and visit me, I like to give them some wine. Have some wine to pour them. Hey, Miss Anissa. I know it will make me too. It makes me ramble and talk a little bit more and get sleepy. Next thing you know, I'm sleepy. Emotional. It may make me emotional. I put Cornelius court date. I forgot to put all the other stuff that we're talking about. Y'all know we normally wait 5 minutes. We wait for more people to start coming into the room. Yeah, I think spring is going to be. We may have an early spring. Like I was thinking today, it was a little chilly, but I was like, just looking at how the weather is now, like the ice storm is out the way. But I was looking at the news had posted that it was going to be a very bad, like spring storm or something. Hey, Your Choice Towing. Your Choice Towing. I was in your area today, or your old area. the mound. I was in the mound. Over on Dallas. Says yours is April 5th. Your birthday is April 5th? Your birthday is March 4th. Yeah, listen, my baby, one of my daughters is a Pisces. She's a Pisces. Oh, so you still live over there in the mound? Your birthday tomorrow? We're gonna raise the roof. So are you an Aquarius? Are you an Aquarius? Happy birthday to y'all. Let's sing happy birthday. His birthday is tomorrow, which is the 13th. The 14th is Saturday. So a lot of people gonna know where they stand after Saturday. Okay, you probably already know where you stand in a person's life, but it's gonna reality. If you have some of those people that be like in denial. I used to have this friend, like she was always in denial about everything. I don't know how she did it. Like she was able to psych herself out about stuff. Like one thing about it, she used to know how to get married. Like she'd be getting married like every 3 years. She could get a man to marry her child. And so I remember like probably with like her third or fourth husband, she was getting ready to go through a divorce, and it was very emotional to her. And it was draining to me too, because I hated that for her. I really did. But he was a street guy. I think he married her for convenience. Because she's one of those ones, she really caters. Okay. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's a good thing if they are deserving of it. Let me just say that. Because I would cater to a man that took care of me for sure. And so, but hers didn't. And so she used to say, she'd say, I just close my eyes and I just when I'm in the bed, and I just pray that my husband is in the bed with me. After he had left her for another woman, I was like, oh, okay. Like when you psych yourself out like that, I mean, you could not tell her, maybe it's time for the healing process, because it's not up to me to tell a person, especially when it's something like that, when they should heal. I would never do that, because we've all gone through stuff. We've all been hurt emotionally, and it's just not. I don't ever tell people, well, it's just time for you to get over that. When it comes to matters of the heart, like your love, somebody you love betrays you, or if there's a death, I think that it is very cold-hearted of a person to tell them that it's time for them to stop grieving. I don't even deal with people like that. Okay. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So no, I've never been married. I've never been married. Sorry to say, some of these men ain't That's true. I mean, because you could like them. Listen, I think it's best to just accept things. If you accept things for how they are, you know how to process stuff and accept it for how it is. Like, it depends on what type of person, what type of woman you are. Hey, some women be wanting to just have a little fun. Okay, well, I know he ain't shit. Make sure you go on to the health department first. Both of you all, and still use condoms. Okay, but you might want to make sure you just don't fall in love. I mean, if that's what it is. But some of these women just, I don't know, they really good at And it's real easy, especially if you're going through something. Like, dog, like, okay. You could become very vulnerable, especially if you have not been in anything for a long time, and you can become vulnerable, to somebody, especially, and you start saying, okay, well, this person ain't my type. Okay, they ain't my type, but they are, and then if they keep going, if you entertain them, okay, well, they got a little good conversation. Well, they might, you start, even when you've rejected it before, right? You might start to entertain it if they are consistent. It's something that you wasn't even into, especially if you were vulnerable, But don't feel bad about that shit. All of us women be having needs, as they say. Sometimes you might fall a little weak. Okay, but just don't be feeling bad about nothing. Okay, because listen, this lady was saying one time, and she was a really saved, sanctified. She was a good woman. Okay. But she was sitting up talking about, how God had kept her, talking about, young women, really need to save themselves and all of that. And she said her husband had passed away, and after that, she said she had not had sex for 22 years. I don't believe God would do me like that. Hey, to each his own. And I don't think we should judge people. That's a good thing, but they be wanting to make people feel bad. We do this celibacy thing, but I'm not gonna be celibate for no damn 22 years. Even if I don't get me a husband, I'm gonna get me I'm gonna get me a man. Okay, I'm just say I'm gonna have to get me. I'm not gonna be celibate for 22. And I think people have to be like, they try to make people feel bad about that. Well, I'm gonna just stay celibate until I get me a husband. Even if I don't get me no husband, I'm gonna go get me some dick. Excuse me, Lord, please, God, that slipped. I said I was gonna wait, and I'm gonna try to. I am, but if it's not gonna be 22 years, okay. I would prefer the next time I do something, I would prefer to be married. But I mean, after about a year or two, if I ain't got no husband, I'm just going down with somebody. Okay. Anyways, y'all, that's enough of that. Y'all know I like to have fun. Anyways, y'all, hit that like button, okay? Y'all, we have fun. Don't take that personal. I be joking and shit. Okay. I mean, I'm telling the truth, but I mean, I don't want to offend the good church peopleses that be mean and stuff. You're gonna be you want to judge somebody, but you mean with your damn nose turn up, and then you a whore. Anyway, y'all, we're gonna talk about Cornelius. We're gonna talk about a swatter, and we're gonna talk about Glorilla's sister. Okay. She said, "Make sure you get a big one, Miss T." Ooh, yes, God, yes, Lord. Not real big though, cause I ain't gonna have no man giving me no hysterectomy. Anyway, y'all, we're gonna talk about Cornelius. We're gonna talk about Cornelius. Listen, y'all, Cornelius is looking better. Okay, Cornelius is looking better. A long and thick one. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I used to have such a thing for thick guys. A lot of women may not believe it. Like, if they were big, if they were tall and thick, oh my God, like a teddy bear. It used to melt me. Like, he tall and he thick. Some women go, he fat. I'm like, no, I love that. Oh my God. Now it's either that or it don't. I guess as long as he's good to me, it don't really matter. It don't really even matter. As long as he's good to me, okay. I said I was gonna get better. Because I was talking to somebody last night, and he was like, you be doing everything that you can. Like you try to dispute me on everything. And I do. He's in a zone where he's pissed me off. So I don't agree with nothing. Even if he's right, I'm not gonna agree with it. I gotta get better about that, right? It's just something about like when your intentions was right for a person, and then you get past them, and that's kind of where I am now. I give them a hard time, right? Anyways, you all, Cornelius was in court today, and I was looking at, they're saying now the rumor, I was looking at a vlog, Glorilla's sister supposedly has made so much money, okay, like over 200K. Now that's what I was reading in a blog today. And then I want to talk about two other things. Okay. I was looking at Blackwood News, and he posted something, and I wanted, as a matter of fact, we'll talk about that first, since we was kind of talking about relationships or whatever. And, I get to thinking about women, and a lot how women put themselves through stuff. Right. And there's nothing wrong with, like, well, let me change that, because when you go into something, right, and your intentions are pure, you want to, sometimes women stay because they want to, uh, they want the person, or hope that the person that they met is still there, right? They don't, I guess they forget that people put on facades, and then they stay because of the look. Okay, it's got to be a good look, or they'll stay because they don't want to give the other woman that they're making them look like a fool for the satisfaction of having him, right? So I was looking at YouTube, not YouTube, I was looking at Blackwood News, right? And this happened in Memphis. Okay, this happened in Memphis. Okay, let's look at this. I'm gonna show you.
I want you to get in the fucking car.
I just having to walk up on this.
Yeah, do what your nigga told you.
Maybe I should go down and then.
You do, ho. I know you don't do it.
Hold on, y'all. How do I make it go back to the? Y'all know I don't know how to work Instagram. How you make it go back to the beginning? Do I have to wait to the end and then make it go back to the beginning? I don't know how to work YouTube, y'all. This ain't YouTube. This is Instagram. Y'all know I'm old school. Facebook. What's Blackwood News name on Facebook? Is it Blackwood? Because at least I know how to work Facebook. It's Blackwood Woodrow. Okay. Okay, let's see if he has it on his Facebook. Okay, I don't think he has it on he's got it on his Facebook. Okay, so maybe it's gonna go back to the beginning. Well, shit, maybe I can. I tell you what, maybe if I hold on, y'all. Maybe if I damn, I lost it. Hold on, you all. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. I thought it. Oh well. Be quiet. Hold on, y'all. Give me the opportunity to. Oh, here it is, right here, y'all. I found it. Here it is. I got it. Here it is, right here.
I'm just down here, my husband with this bitch that he met at the casino that he was flirting with in my motherfucking face. I said what the fuck I said, the hoe ain't gonna do nothing about it. Yeah, I said what I said. You down here with my husband. Yep, nah, you ain't gonna say shit to me, bitch. Cause you up here telling everybody that I ain't shit to you. And you telling everybody this and that. You moved up out of my motherfucking house. But now this my husband. Don't worry. You clown ass bitch.
I know you mad, but this is my restaurant.
No, it's just what I had thought it was. I knew he was fucking with this hoe. She always commenting on his motherfucking post and shit. Bitch. I know where you work at, hoe. Bitch. You hear me? Bitch, I'm by myself, hoe. You said what? You gonna let me make it? You will. Okay then. You gonna let me make it today. I know where you work at. But you nasty dick ass sour musty dick bitch. I got something for you, hoe. Bitch, he ain't tell you his personal business, did it, bitch? He ain't tell you that. I hope you ain't putting that dick up in your mouth, hoe. I hope you ain't putting it up in your mouth. Yep. Everybody close the fuck out. I had to put this out in the air because this sour ass bitch telling everybody my business with his abusive ass. Nah, don't talk to me. If you put your hands on me, you gonna you go to jail. If you put your hands on me, you going to jail. If you put your hands on, if bitch, I'm gonna go out here.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck, hoe.
Why you think I know?
You think I give a fuck, bitch?
Okay. Hey, your tab. You gotta leave.
Stupid ass bitch. Old ass sorry hoe. You and that washed up ass hoe. That's my husband with his foul ass, you stupid bitch. Fight. I want you to do it, bitch. I want you to fight, bitch. I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Get in the fucking car, let's go.
Yeah, do what your nigga told you to do, ho.
Hey, look, you don't do what the fuck I tell you to do. No, dumb. No, stupid ass. That's why your ass been replaced, you stupid motherfucker. That's why you been replaced.
You think I want to be with you, ho?
Get the fuck out of my car. Not your motherfucking ass. I'm a goddamn so dumb ass. So motherfucker, it's over with. Nothing to do with you. I'm leaving you dead. Oh, you didn't hit me? You finna go to jail. You done hit me? Now you finna go to jail, stupid. You done hit me? Now you finna go to jail.
Let's go.
See, this is why I was trying to leave.
Let's go, ho. I don't give a fuck. I had to put this out in the air because this sour ass bitch telling everybody my bitch.
Okay, y'all, I wanted to play that for a reason. When I saw that, okay, I know a lot of people look at it as you know, being funny, as entertainment. What I saw was a desperate woman who has lost herself. Now, how many times, even when I've been on here, even when I was out doing investigative work for civil attorneys, I saw this all of the time. Okay. Now, I'm gonna say this because number one, you have to like walk away with your dignity. You got to have some self-respect. He was already, I'm sure he's been disrespecting her for a long time. She was able to probably put some, ain't no telling how she figured out where he was at. You know, somebody could have seen him and told her. I'm sure it was probably some other stuff that she may have done. But here's the thing about that, ladies. Okay, when I was working out in the field and I was doing investigative work for a civil attorney, for divorce attorneys, white women knew how to fight. Okay, they knew how to fight. And I know a lot of men are going to say, well, you know, that's fucked up for her to say that. You need to walk away with your self-respect. Okay, like he had looked like he got a little, what was that, a Mercedes or a BMW or something? So maybe he got a decent job or a decent business or something like that. But what she did was she got herself a vandalism charge. Okay, she got herself an assault charge instead of going to get her attorney, going up in there. She could have went up in there and got video. That would have helped her in her court case. But instead, what she did was she made herself out to be a criminal, because sure enough, if he was low down enough to talk to his wife like that while protecting another woman, right? Women are very emotional, especially Black women. You know, they get themselves messed out of something that really could have been her blessing, because she could have took his ass to the damn bank. She could have made his life a living hell. Okay. But instead, what she did was she made herself a criminal. So I said that to say this. It's time for, have some respect for yourself. I wouldn't want to be with nobody that don't want to be with me. Right. And I think a lot of women are going to have to, refine themselves in that department. Like, I don't care how bad you show out, I don't care how bad you scream, cry, roll, kick, or whatever. You know what I mean? I think the biggest flex is walking away with your self-respect, right? And letting karma do the rest. You have to be controlled and you have to be deliberate about what you do, right? But having your self-respect intact is the biggest flex. Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to show that. Okay. And please, that's so not relationship goals. Those are all the things not to do. And hey, I don't know if maybe she's had some issues that maybe, she's been just as bad as he is, but at the same time, you know what I mean? That was just messed up, right? That was just messed up. Maybe he should have waited until he divorced his wife before he starts stepping out with other women, taking them to dinner, right? Anyways, you guys, I wanted to show that. Also, I wanted to talk about Glorilla's sister, right? So I was reading that Glorilla's sister, you all, okay, has made about, they're saying that Brorilla has made about $200,000. Hey, and if she has, hey, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, let's read this. I was looking at this article that says that she has made about 200,000. Okay, who is this? Somebody texting me. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me show y'all. Okay, you all, that's her right there. They said Glorilla's sister Victoria Woods, aka Scarface, says she's made 200,000 in 1 week. Now, do y'all believe that? Now, she been on her hustle now, because people been paying her to come and pull up and try their food. Every time she go live, she getting about 1 million views. She getting more views than Glorilla. So, I mean, Brorilla, she getting about 1 million, 1.7. Gotti gonna be one to try to sign her next, because y'all know he about numbers. Okay. So if he don't try to kill her, it's because he didn't put a lot of investment in Glorilla, he gotta, anyways. But it says in 1 week at her net worth will be about 1 million in 5 weeks. She says her prices are going up. In a post on Instagram, she wrote, made 200K this week. My network will be 1 million in the next 5 weeks. Prices going up, promos, interviews, etc. DM me. And here's the thing, she getting 100% of her damn money. She done made more money than she's getting the money her sister's supposed to be getting, but Gotti getting it because he got her in a real bad contract. So she getting 100% of her money. So she probably gonna be doing better than Glorilla. But I wonder if she's holding, to her word of she gonna take care of her family, or is she blowing it as she get it, right? It says in a post on Instagram. Okay, so she said made 200K this week. My network will be 1 million in the next 5 weeks. Scarface went viral last week after she accused her famous sister of refusing to support her mother and 9 siblings. She said her mom was forced to work at FedEx to make ends meet. During a Facebook stream, Glorilla and her parents addressed Scarface's accusations directly. Victoria, a struggling rapper, said their mom still punches a clock at FedEx to make ends meet. She said, y'all favorite rapper ain't shit, and I'm getting tired of it. Scarface said she claimed she was so hungry she ate roaches for lunch. I don't know if she said that. She said, I was about to eat a roach. Scarface said a $2,500 gift from her sister will help her financial situation. Now she's rolling in cash from doing promos and interviews on social media. Okay. Glorilla may be riding high in her music career, but behind the scenes, the Memphis rapper is dealing with growing tensions with her own family.
Say this, baby. I do want to say this. Okay, like whereas, the world is just thinking I'm just a horrible person. Victoria, Victoria didn't just...
That's their mother.
DCS on me once. She called it like 7 or 8 times, and every time, everything, they came in, looked around the house and everything was inconclusive because they couldn't validate her truth. Validate that anything she said or alleged was true.
That's why we all stated she the only one that was in and out of Foster care every other month because she couldn't get us to say that you was abusing us. We stayed with you. She was the one going our whole life, but she called the police on you just because she got a whooping. Everybody get a whooping, but we ain't gonna call DCS on our mama because we getting whoopings.
Yeah.
We supposed to get whoopings.
Y'all used to stand together so strong when together when y'all would get a little line and stick to it. Y'all would say, my baby's gonna be together when they grow up because they know how to stick together against me and tell a lie. But but I'm gonna keep praying.
But like I said, I don't like y'all being in the public because like I said, you're gonna do stuff like go work because you still want to. So it ain't no point of like that's why I ain't want to. My mama begged me to put statements out to take her side, and no, she don't gotta do all that. Mom, you keep doing what you want to do. You keep getting spoiled every month, and you keep working because you want to work because you don't want to lay on your back and beg nobody for nothing.
We resigned because the girl told where we were, the hours that we were going, so we had to resign.
But I ain't gonna talk about how you got me sent to jail for a whole week. We ain't gonna talk about that. How you tried to shoot me and set me up. You got me sent to jail. We ain't gonna talk about none of that. All right? I ain't gonna talk about half the stuff you did. Just leave it alone. You doing you right now. Keep doing you. Keep my family out of it. Keep me out of it. You see, you at where you at all because you said my name?
Okay. Yeah. So, Glorilla has been on. She needs to go ahead and since she got 200K, she needs to go ahead and trademark that name because that name seemed to be hitting. That name seemed to be hitting, that's what people calling her. If she's made 200K, I hope that she does not blow it. I don't know how she wouldn't because a lot of times when people get money like that and they're not used to it, they tend to blow it really, really quick. We saw her buying chains and I wonder how she gone and helped her mother and hey, listen, I believe her. I do. I believe her. I believe a lot of what she says, but at the same time, making $1 million, 200,000 in a week, that's a lot of money to make in a week, right? And we already know that this right here is like it's like a fad, right? Which means that the people will be over this probably give it another 2 weeks. I mean, so if she's made 200K, she has definitely maximized it. She has maximized her 15 minutes. Very, very good. Well, okay. But what is she going to do after the 15 minutes is over? Because this right here will be over in a little while. Unless she take that money and invest it into something else. Unless she really start, because she's naturally funny, right? Unless she really... Somebody said the money gone. She done spent it all on jewelry and women. Lord have mercy. Sunflower says, hey, Tam, she done another interview with TMZ. They asked her about the 200K. They asked her about the 200K. Hold on, let me pull that up. I wonder how much money does TMZ pay? TMZ make a lot of money. If you taking a few $100s from TMZ, I don't even know what to say. Because TMZ making millions. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so that's the one she did 7 days ago. I don't see the one she did. Okay, so she just did one, y'all. She just did one. Okay.
Last week and talked to her about the fact Scarface felt that Glorilla had abandoned the family. She's not supporting them, even though she's become a superstar. Scarface feels like they're being cut out of the equation.
Actually, Scarface has kind of become a superstar in the last week.
A little bit. And so a bit from our interview, but also Glorilla did a live stream where she kind of pushed back against the things that Scar was saying, where she actually had their parents on, both mom and dad, at least on the live, said, look, we can't thank you enough, Glo, for everything you've done for us. Their father said, I can't thank you enough for this car that you gave me when I retired.
It leads us to the question, what's up?
Yeah, because Scar said something completely different. So
we got to talk to you about the fallout from your interview, but let's start with what your parents said. That even though you're saying Glorilla is ignoring the family, they seem grateful.
Well, right after the live, I posted the receipts with my mama's number on it since she want to lie and get in the in crowd with Gloria. I guess she gave her probably like, I don't know, 8 or 9K to go on there and say that. And then after she found the receipts, she probably was like, oh, you better make that 8 or 9K stretch.
So what were the receipts that you posted with your mom?
The receipts. So I want to see everybody talking about exposing my mama number or whatever, but okay. I had to clear my name because all my followers and everybody was starting like, I knew she was lying, she was doing it for clout. So I ended up having to do a video of my mama number. Then I carried on with posting the group chat with the messages in there, which telling that Gloria was lying the whole time. And this what really been going on. My mama even said it. So I had to go ahead and expose her number and put it in on the group chat, like show everybody this her number.
So you're saying that your side of this is that in the family group chat, your mother and other people are saying that they do feel like Glo has abandoned you.
My mama wrote a 3-page essay in the group chat.
Yeah, but your dad said he was really grateful for the the car. And
my dad, listen, Gloria feed them bits and pieces. Now, I never came over and said she done nothing for our parents, but she do the bare minimum. Gloria feed them bits and pieces, and she got them to go on there and lie. My Gloria don't do nothing. My dad over there broke. I'm telling you, I have an autistic brother who's constantly going to the hospital because he's a diabetic because my dad and I keeping food up in there.
So let's talk about.
And I got the messages on there too. So I mean,
let's talk about.
So now that she's made 200K in 1 week, is she going to help her father to keep food in the house? Is she going to do what she said she was going to do?
About after the interview you did with us. So people responded to you. They were pretty generous.
Yeah, that was generous.
In fact, the generosity Harvey's referring to, you posted something saying that since that interview, you've made $200,000.
That's not true.
I mean, that's what the post said.
That's not true. There's somebody on my page. I got a lot of people around me. They posted it, and I got on them by posting it. That's not true. I probably made, be realistic, probably 30K. I did. That's not.
Y'all know we can't just play the video all the way through. We have to do a review on it. But 30K is a lot of money to make within a few weeks. That's a lot of money.
That's not true. That's not factual.
But 30K is nothing to sneeze at either. I mean, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah, and my understanding is you're marketing T-shirts, I think.
Oh yeah.
And
Print Lab, Superior, on Perkins, Memphis, Tennessee.
So it seems like you're doing also, I heard you say you have people around you. Is that like people around you who control your social media or post things for you?
I got some people that be on my social media then, but when I seen their post, I even seen the post regarding the Boosie, but I like, bro, it's like, stop. No, I post everything. It was just them posts right there. I didn't post. I told the person, you running out. Don't post no shit like that.
Scar, do you have a team? Like, I mean, most people don't have people who are posting something for them unless they have.
You were about to say, I don't have a team, but you do.
I mean, I kind of have a team, but.
I kind of, it's not really like a team or whatever. It's just, you know, somebody I collab with. Gotcha. And I did get on their ass about posting it because it was false.
So, you know Beyonce's song Lemonade? You are kind of the poster child for that song.
Wait, do you know what Lemonade is about?
Well, I know it. I'm not
the subject matter.
I'm not talking the cheating part.
Right,
I'm talking just the idea that, you know, it became making lemonade out of lemons.
Yes.
So you were upset about your sister, but now you made 30K off of the T-shirts. You're still selling them. You
no, it's not off of the T-shirts.
No, not the T-shirts. You got 30K from people who just saw you, and you're selling T-shirts. You're kind of making a business out of this. So in a way,
even Tory Lanez reached out from prison and
that's right,
sent you money.
That's right.
I was going through my inbox. I see like a hidden message. So I'm reading it. And I'm like, he flogging. It actually was his team. I guess he heard about it in jail. So
but he sent you money, didn't he?
Yes, he did that for sure.
So, I mean,
it seems like this is all working out for you.
Honestly, Scarface,
you don't need Glow anymore.
Exactly. This literally launched you.
Yeah.
And y'all know what's so sad? I mean, I don't think she knows. I mean, she's maximizing the quick money, but I don't know if she has anybody around her to show her how to make her 15 to extend those 15 minutes, which would be taking $30,000 and trying to invest, because that's a lot of money to invest in something that will be generational instead of buying weed and buying food for everybody every day, buying jewelry and shit like that. So, you know, but let's look at the last little bit of this.
It's safe to say, I guess you can say she built the platform.
Well, we'll end this by saying you're welcome.
And actually, I have, Scar, if I may, and I don't know if I want to dip my toes in here, but to say that I have a little beef with you because I saw one of the shirts that you're selling, and it says 2,500 flat. That was a quote from me. That was a quote from me.
If you really look at it,
so I'm just saying,
he started it.
Let's go. You need to have your team talk to me. We got to talk about a cut.
I got you.
Hysterical.
At least 2%.
Okay. I got you.
Check's in the mail. Good luck to you, Scarface.
Yeah, because see, if those shirts really start to go up, I think they're lawyers. I know the white guy is. I don't know if the other one, they'll mess around, and he's probably right now, because she probably don't know to do it, is trademarking that, and he can have his. They're already lawyers. They'll have them start pulling this shit down, or make her send the revenues to them. So, you know, he said that idea came from me. I would have said no. I never heard you say that. That idea came from me. Okay. Anyways, you guys, shout out to them. You know, hey, shout out to them. Shout out to her, because I hope that she, you know, break her family members off. If her dad has a diabetic, she has a diabetic little brother, her dad is a diabetic, you know, and they don't have no food in the house, $30,000. I mean, she could go to the grocery store for him and really fill his freezer and his refrigerator up. Okay, so with some healthy stuff at that. But most of all, I hope that she would take this, because like I said, this 15 minutes is going to expire, pretty soon, if she does not know how to maximize it past her sister's name, right? Because people are going to get tired of that, the sensationalism of it. It was all cool at first, everybody wanted the tea, but after a while, that same tea starts to get old, and not unless you're gonna really put some dirt out there. And if I was her, I don't know if I wouldn't do it, go deep, deep, deep. I think she said enough. So she said to make more money. Maybe after all this is over, she would have made, maybe even if she's made 50,000. I hope that she's, she don't have a team around her that knows anything about business. So I don't know how she can maximize it, not unless she's got a business mind. She's done, I guess, good so far as like making money. But anyways, shout out to Glorilla. Shout out to Glorilla, child. Shout out to both of them. Okay. All right, you guys. Cornelius went to court today. Okay. Cornelius was in court today. Let's get down to it. Okay. He went to court today, and his court date was rescheduled, right? And hold on one second. I'm gonna pull it up for you all. Hold on. Y'all run the likes up for me, okay? Make sure you guys run the likes up. Please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, you can hit the like button. Please do. It's 164 people in, and we only got 83 likes, you guys. Y'all hit the like button, okay? And there's 5 people over on the other page. So make sure you all hit the like button. We should have over 100 likes. Moderators remind the people in the chat to please hit the like button, okay? Okay. Let's pull up Cornelius, okay?
Cornelius Smith appeared before a judge this morning ready to enter a plea deal. However, that did not happen. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. WREG's Kwamitra Wilburn explains what's next for the accused gunman.
Cornelius Smith, the man accused in the 2021 killing of Adolph Thornton Jr., also known as Young Dolph, has agreed to a plea deal. However, details of the plea have not been revealed.
Okay, let me say this. Now, we know when Cornelius Smith was in court with he testified in Goan's trial. It kind of, even when he went back and testified in Straight Drop's trial, he still had some weight on him. But in Goan's trial, it seemed like he was more so sedated. And I'm serious, like from how he was talking, it seemed like to me he probably has to be on some. Yeah, he's looking a lot better. He's looking healthy. He does not look like was looking before. He may be maybe he's accepted it. Okay. I was in court today for a little while, and when he walked in and stuff, I had to leave out, when they were all in there. I mean, as I said before, it seems to me that the prosecutors and the defense attorneys and whoever these people are that are representatives for both, okay, they all seem to be it just don't, they all seem to be together. You know what I mean? I've never, I mean, it just don't seem to be any friction there at all. Okay. And I told y'all I saw that the first time when I was in there. whereas there were some representatives for Cornelius, and they were sitting right there with Paul Hagerman. Okay, so that's interesting within itself. But just looking at Cornelius, like I said, I think that he may be at peace. Hey, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I just kind of heard through the grapevine he might get a sweet deal. So I don't know. That's just kind of what I heard through the grapevine. So as they say, through the halls of the courts. So I don't know. I don't know how they would know, because it would be strictly up to the judge. So from my understanding, that's something that's being worked on. So anyways, let's keep looking. Hold on, you all.
Thursday morning, he was supposed to enter his guilty plea in court, but his attorney says some technicalities prevent them from moving forward.
We were intending to go ahead and enter a guilty plea today when we went into court. There are a few details that we need to fix and iron out before we can do that. So we asked the judge for some additional time to complete those details.
His defense attorney did not reveal what those details are, but prosecutor Paul Hagerman says it regards housing.
The attorneys have to get with the Department of Corrections with regard to some technicalities with regard to his confinement.
Smith has openly admitted to his role in the killing. He testified in both Justin Johnson's and Hernandez Goan's trials. Smith claims that he and Johnson were hired by Goan to carry out the hit. He admitted to shooting and killing Dolph, who was visiting a cookie shop in South Memphis on November 17th, 2021. Smith stated that he was supposed to receive $40,000 following the death of young Dolph, but instead he got $500 in the letter. Johnson was ultimately found guilty of Dolph's killing, while Goan was acquitted of all charges.
It never ends for the family. This has been a long process to try to hold these people responsible. And this will be the very last part of it.
Reporting for your news leader, Quamitra Wilborn, WREG News, Channel 3.
And Smith's plea date has been reset to March 30th.
Okay. Shout out to Paul Hagerman. Shout out to, listen, I know, Cornelius has to do, Cornelius has to, Cornelius has to pay for his part in the crime. He does. But hey, in the end, the mere fact that, whatever he's been, what he's done to at least tell what happened and whatever else that he's doing. A lot of people say he may be driven by pure revenge. Hey, whatever. I feel like he's just letting the Lord use him. Okay. But he definitely has to do time for his part in it. It just ain't no way around it, right? And so, we heard Paul Hagerman say, that will be the ending. And it is the ending as it relates to what Paul Hagerman was investigating, and that would be Cornelius. Paul Hagerman wasn't not an investigator. He's a prosecutor, right? So he would never investigate anything anyways. When there are investigations going on, and once they finish those investigations, they bring it before the prosecutors. And whether it's the federal prosecutors or the state prosecutors, and then that's when Paul Hagerman gets them. So is the investigation over? I would say no. Okay. But as it relates to Cornelius and Straight Drop, yeah. So Paul Hagerman and them have not gotten any more at this point, any more indictments. So he would say on their end as it relates to that, but he does not get to say when investigations stop. Okay, he just gets to say that we prosecuted these, that the police and whoever else brought to us, and hey, we prosecuted them, and that would be the finale as it relates to Straight Drop and as it relates to Cornelius, right? So I know, hey, I know a lot of people, may feel a certain way about the prosecutor's office. I have to say, I think that Paul is an astute attorney, prosecutor. It's other veterans that's in that office that's pretty good. You know, I get worried because I see a lot of the newer ones coming in that's wanting to get stuff up under their, up under their belt. And so stuff that probably should be thrown out, they're not doing it. So all I got to say is y'all better get your kids. Okay. Y'all better get little Rufus and them. Okay. He says, I don't buy the story anymore that they will drop more indictments or that they are actually investigating anything anymore. They are just buying time. Well, and Rose says, it's Cypress, why everybody's saying your cousin was getting shot at all year long. Huru says that it's a wrap. Well, I think the thing about it is that, hey, I don't think we'll know until, I don't think that we will know until then. Listen, I think that is still an investigation going on. Okay. I do. Oh, he said he thinks it's their buying time not to get sued by the Thorntons. I don't know. I tend to believe that there's still an investigation going on, but I think, everybody has an opinion of their own, as it relates to that. I know a lot of emotions and stuff be up in the air, and I don't get mad at people for feeling a certain way. I think a lot of the trust as it relates to what happened, it plummeted when, a lot of people feel like when Govan was not found, when he was not found guilty, right? So I guess I can understand that. Okay. So, but hey, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. But me personally, I believe that there are. I don't think that it's over. Straight dropping Cornelius' case, it is definitely the finale. As far as Paul Hagerman is concerned, yeah, it probably is over in their office for right now. And if you all can remember, Govan says that the feds were investigating Juke, so that would not go before the state prosecutors anyways. So, okay, Tierney, I'll call you, so that wouldn't go, before the state prosecutors anyways. But hey, listen, what I tell people is all the time, like I said, me personally, I do believe that there are still investigations going on because they didn't get who they really wanted, right? They didn't get who they really wanted. As far as the state is concerned, as far as the state is concerned, he said feds. So yeah, so Cypress, y'all totally omit that Govan said that they said they wanted Juke and Gotti. Y'all totally omit that. And I was going to keep this a little light today, because I was told about a vlogger threw shots, at me. But he would throw shots at a woman. That's what he do. Okay. I wonder why he ain't throwing shots at Govan. That's basically got it up under the bus 100 times. If you call yourself gonna stand in the gap for somebody, why are you gonna come at the woman? Why don't you go at the motherfucking man? Okay, because I feel like Govan has done way more damage to Gotti than we have done because he was involved in the fucking case. So, you know, you want to get on here and you want to come at me. Okay. And I guess because, you know, he thinks that it would be easy. I don't know why that dude want. I don't know why that guy wants I don't know why he wants to ramble with me. I don't know why he want to ramble with me. Because me and that dude used to talk all the time. Okay. Me and that dude used to talk all of the time. And I think that dude forgot all the shit that he told me. I didn't ask him nothing about Gotti and them. Okay. So I'm trying to understand why you jump on here and you consistently come at the woman. I just got reason to believe that the investigation is still continues. Okay. So and that's my stance. I think anybody else can have the stance that they want. But I mean, if nothing else, I feel like Govan told the truth about. They told him that they wanted Gotti and they wanted Juke. I mean, there are some things that you know, there are quite a few things that Govan has not told the truth about, but you know, hey, it ain't no need in me throwing it up because as far as young Dolph's case, the young Dolph murder is concerned, he was found not guilty of that murder. Okay, he was found not guilty of that one. So, hey, I just kind of move ahead. But, you know, I know a lot of people tend to think, you know, because straight drop, because Govan was found not guilty, they dumb enough to believe that, you know, straight drop is going to get away. He's going to, you know, he's going to get his conviction is going to be overturned. I don't think that that's going to happen either. Okay, that's not going to happen either. If anything, it's going to probably be some more indictments dropped on straight drop. And at this point, it will be beneficial for all of those people. And I'm not going to get too much into that either. It will, but I'll say this: it would probably be beneficial for some of those people that are frenemies because they don't trust each other. They've just done too much dirt together, right? So it would be beneficial for some of those frenemies to stick together, right? But let me get back to this dude constantly messing with me. Okay. I can't understand why. Like I said, I used to talk to this guy all the time on the phone. We was cool. We never messed around. We never met. We've never seen each other in person, as he lied and said. Okay. But he told me a lot of stuff. And I think I'm so controlled. A lot of the shit that he told me, I still ain't said. Because when I do say it, I'm what I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call some of my friends and I'm gonna tell them to make sure you get the major with OCU on this motherfucker because I got some bombs I'm gonna drop tonight. And then I'm gonna play ball. Okay. Because when I start to say some shit, some folks gonna be trying to get to him before OCU do. I done told him I ain't fit to be fucked with because I don't do nothing to that dude. I don't throw no shots at him. I ain't studying him. Okay. So why you constantly want to throw shots? I'm sick of him. I am. And I know he's gonna say, well, she said this. I know how the justice system works. Paul Hagerman, it is. And they ain't dropped no more indictments on nobody. But Paul Hagerman can't tell you if an investigation is going on in another agency. He does not work for MPD. He does not work for the feds. After they finish their investigation, if it's state, it will make it back to his office again. Okay? because Paul Hagerman nor the DA never told Govan, okay, that they wanted Gotti. The police told him that. And I think people tend to get the district attorney's office and the Memphis Police Department mixed up. Now you got the federal entities that work with them, but remember, the feds was investigating Juke, and they wanted to indict Juke and Gotti on a federal level. And I'm through with that. I'm through with that. And listen, hey, I want for people to listen. I'm not mad at nobody. I listen. I be wanting for people to have their own opinions so that we could collaborate and can talk. But when you start throwing shots at me, and you keep throwing me, you a motherfucking man. You a fucking sissy. But we got to get OCU up in here. We're gonna have a police party, okay? And I'm getting to that point that we just got to have a police party. But I want organized crime unit / vice narcotics up in this motherfucker. That's what I want. And then we're going to really put on a show. Okay? We're going to really put on a show. And I think I got the leverage to get them up in here. Okay? I done asked, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Anytime you base your show on somebody, that's a fucking obsession. It ain't gonna change. Do I feel like an investigation is still going on? Yep. Sure do. You know why? Because I mean, I know people they be wanting to know what I know and think so bad. Okay. But what I will say is that but he been ran out of stuff to talk about. So what? All these men that get on here, listen. Hey, I be looking at a vlogger, and he's I like him. He's cool. I mean, he be coming at him every day. But you get on here and try to come at a woman that ain't studying you. Okay. So we're going to see what's going to go on with Cornelius. Like I said, I was in court for a little while today. And I know, Paul kind of gave a generic answer about, why the, court date and stuff was changed, right? Whatever the kinks and stuff are, it's, but we already knew that he was going to plead. Like I said, with the way that those people all communicate together, I think they all at peace as it relates to that. Like I said, I know that Cornelius has to do his part. Okay. And I do hope that they keep him protected. I believe that more people want him gone, not because of what he said in as it relates to young Dolph, but more so, Cornelius kind of hung around those people. See, justice for Dolph. Yes. So let me say this. When they when Straight Drop's trial, the thing that I like about what Paul Hagerman did was he talked about CMG, and he spoke about all of the crime that had been happening as it relates to Young Dolph. Now, CMG is supposed to be a record label, right? That's what it's supposed to be. But we saw all of these so-called execs. You know, you got Keon that's in jail. You got Juke that was an exec there, that they're saying that also participated in the murder of Young Dolph. You got other shit. You got the CEO that, you know, they basically said paid for the hit. So that leaves, you could say that CMG is a record label, but I mean, but in the eyes of the law, it can also be looked at as a criminal organization. So I think Paul Hagerman set that up real nicely. Okay. Because this got me thinking, is it a record label or is it some type of criminal organization? And I mean, to me, it fits the criteria of being able to, it goes right up under, it could go qualify for the RICO Act, if you ask me. If you ask me, it would. It could. Because you've had a lot of crime that has happened with that organization's name, just to, Young Dolph. I think Gotti has been trying to clean it up quite a bit lately, but I mean, of course he would try and clean it up a little bit. He got his target. He hit his target. He had all of those dudes to keep going until they killed Young Dolph. And I mean, he just didn't stop. They didn't stop. There was a history of people from out of that organization that is allegedly a record label. Okay. Because remember now with the mob, they had all of these businesses, right? They were supposedly legit businesses, but all of these people that work for these businesses, they called themselves with like little mob people. It was a lot of crime going on that was affiliated with these businesses. Anyway. Right, makes sense. Plus, you have to have at least two criminal organizations working together. But let's get back to what I was talking about. Yeah, and I'm not going to listen. Okay. I was just as happy today. And I'm going to tell you what made me happy today. What put me at peace was seeing how all of them, and that was the defense, the prosecutors, and the support team for both these people coexist. And so, hey, it does not change with me, but as it relates to, do I feel like that there's still something going on? Of course, I do. Of course. But let me just get back to this. So, even with me getting on here and speaking, giving my opinion and speaking how I feel, I ain't never had Goan to come up in here and say, yeah, bitch, you better stop talking about me. You better this and that. You don't hear him say nothing. You ain't heard him say nothing. Okay, because we be looking at him. We all looks at him. But I think that is weird where you have another man that feels like, okay, well, I want to prove that I'm loyal, but I don't want to go at none of the men, because you have men that goes at Goan. Okay. You have men that go at him. But I want to prove that I'm down. I'm about that life, but I'm going to choose the woman to go at. I'm the most dangerous motherfucker on here to go at. Because I'm going to get your ass locked up. See, a lot of these men be scared of these other men. And they feel like, well, she eases, bitch. I'm aiming for the jailhouse for you. Because I'm sick of you fucking with me. Now, I done asked you for 2 years. How long have Juke been gone? It started shortly after that, and I feel like he be getting my cousin. I'm like, we've been told you, we don't, and they some you talking about street. That's street. I ain't get ready to let my cousins and them go back and do no fair time or jail for no bullshit. But it's a lot of men that don't appreciate a motherfucker, a woman getting on here, especially a woman that they know, saying, leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Damn. Can you imagine what it would have been like if I had actually gave him some? This is a man that I talk to all the time because I thought it was cool. And because I'm that chick for real, I ain't even told everything that man said to me. I'm that chick for real. Because I could have been got on here and got messy and aired out everything. But because I want it to end, I'm going to end it the right way. I'm going to have to bring the police up in here. And whatever I got to say, I'm going to just put it out and make sure that the police hear it. Now, what I look like want to get a man sent to jail or had them looking out at him and he got kids and shit. But for somebody to be constantly messing with me, his mind has said, I don't know what it is. Okay, because I ain't did nothing to this damn man. He lied like I put his information out. Okay. You had a dude that was double tap. Said, dog, that girl ain't put your information out. Double tap and was dogging him out. You know what he said? You win. Y'all win. Y'all win. Y'all win. He was waving the right flag at double tap them because, you know, those were men. It didn't even have nothing to do with me. But he wanted to take, and this is probably repetitive behavior. I'm going to take my anger out on the woman. You got me. Okay. So then I hear some lies like I tried to give him $600 to screw me. I know that's a, if it wasn't so sick, it would be laughable, but it's sick. I ain't never in my life had to pay no man to do nothing to me. Ain't no man, my whole 40-something years, I've never had a dude to ask me for no damn $600. And never. That dude ain't never asked me for no $6 because he knew he wasn't going to get it. Then I hear he says, well, I'm mad at her because she stopped me from talking to Demon. I said, people come back and tell me shit. I just kind of let it roll on off my shoulders. This stuff is just too repetitive. Okay. When have I ever tried to step in between him and Demon? Demon was my damn friend. Me and Demon didn't talk about him. This stuff got to stop. Then he goes and get another woman to get on here and just start flat out lying on me. And I know we figured it was him. We know it was him now because that same lady told a person that be in the chat that went right back and told my best friend, I wish y'all can talk because she said she ain't know nothing about it. It came from him. And that man wasn't lying to my best friend. Benisa, get on here and tell you. But we ain't messed it like that. We don't even bring the person in it. Okay. I've been at peace. Leave me alone. Okay. Leave me alone. Okay. Leave me alone. Because here's the thing. Your God didn't put that hit out on young Dolph. Okay. It came from Yo Gotti. I told y'all that to begin with. It's a lot of stuff that I get on here I can't say. But I think I have generalized a lot of stuff. My friend told me when this stuff happened, he says, and folks say she just hating. She just trying to make money. Is you YouTube couldn't pay me the type of money that I make. You'd have to sit on this motherfucker all day, every day. Okay. And so he told me, he said, yeah, but you know, Juke. When I told y'all that when folks were saying I stood tall on that, you know, I had people coming up against me when it's talking about the cookie shop. Okay. And I said, you know, y'all, I was told that the cookie shop was not involved. You had people that was doing stuff talking about the crime scene and what the crime scene investigators was planning shit and this and that. That was hilarious to me. My auntie's, well, he's our ex-husband now. My auntie's ex-husband, who has been in our family forever. My auntie married that man when I was 17. And I'm in my 40s now. Is over crime scene. So that was totally hilarious to me. When they was, so I already knew that it was crazy. So I knew that, you know, so they was making all these videos about that. And so then, you know, the people was talking about homicides. One of my dad's baby sisters, she's not the baby, she's next to the baby. I won't say her name. Had gotten promoted and was working in homicides when this young dog situation went on. Okay. And so I remember when I called my aunt, because everybody was saying, you know, Juke was arrested. I was like, wow. So I called my auntie and I said, Auntie, I know you can't say a whole lot, but can you tell me if your Gotti's brother was arrested? And that's when I got on here. I've always tried to be open. Okay, I've always tried to lead people in the right direction. People hated on me because I could call and get a little bit of information. And so that's when my aunt said to me, well, no. She said, well, no, he was not arrested, but he was brought in. So when Robin did that birthday party and talked about, they said my brother was in jail and this and that. People like to play with words. Okay. Yes, he showed up later on in Miami, but yeah, they was questioning him. They sure did. He sure was detained. Okay. See, there's a difference in saying somebody was arrested and somebody was detained for questioning, right? People like to play with words. But he was. And that's when she told me, she said, no, he was, but there was an arrest. And I stand on that. They had somebody else also around that same time. And then I think like right after that, because it wasn't Goan, right after that, I do believe Goan was arrested. I do believe that because I had been told that Goan was going to be arrested. I think Goan was supposed to have been indicted the June of the year that he had gotten indicted. And that was around the time that I was talking to Demon. And so it was the person that said to me, and they go, well, she always talking about a reliable source. Motherfucker, it is a reliable source, bitch. You don't get me started, because see, I didn't have she always talking about a reliable source. You motherfucking right. Okay. People get mad when they can't handle a woman that won't bow to them. That's the reason why I put the police. Let me tell you something. When you got men, and it ain't a whole lot of them on here like that. Let me just say that, not y'all in the chat. I ain't talking about y'all. When they have this abusive behavior, when deep down inside that they hate women because they probably hated their damn mama. When they see women that have some strength about them, when they are predators, they immediately start trying to attack that woman to try to break her down. And when they can't break her down, they'll try to get a damn fool to go kill her. Okay. That's why I always say, bitch, I'm gonna find out who you are and put the police on you. Okay. And then that's how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna put the police in the business, because ain't no sane man even got no business even wanting to constantly go at a woman. It ain't nothing sane about that. I could see if the woman and the man was both damn fools and they was bickering back and forth and going at each other. But when you want to go at somebody that ain't bothering you, it's something that's abnormal about that. That ain't even supposed to be in a sane man's nature. Okay. A sane man. So I remember when I told Dima, I said, I'm hearing that a guy named Quet is going to be indicted. I had never heard of him. It was Quet, and at that time Teasy was on the radar. It was Quet and it was Teasy. And this is on my dad's grave. It was Quet and it was Teasy that was on the radar. Okay. And so then Quet had not been indicted. He had not been arrested. He might have been getting some visits. And then the person that told me he was supposed to be indicted that June, I didn't say anything. I started hearing another vlogger, Onan, talk about it. I don't know how Onan found out, but he started, I think he was just hidden and missing with that. And then it come to find out he was maybe later, probably a few months after June or July or whatever. But I was always told that Juk was his brother's enforcer. Listen, I know it. I know that it sounds good, okay, to say, well, Gotti got all of the police is in his pocket. Thank you, darling. I love you too, Alabama kid. Thank you, darling. And it sounds good, but it just sounds good, right? But they always knew that Juk didn't pay for their hit, right? And Juk was very loyal to his brother. Y'all, it's a lot of shit I know I don't say. Juk laid on top of his brother. He laid on top of him. Okay, he did. He laid on him. And when I say he laid on him, he did all he could to protect his brother. Because I do believe that in his brain, he felt like, listen, hey, he didn't want to go to jail. They was going to try to push it down. Okay. He threw a lot of people up under the bus, and that's the God's truth. A lot of people may not want to believe it, but he did. Okay. He threw a lot of people. He threw people he felt like was expendable up under the bus, and Goan was one of them, and Black Youngster too. Okay. So why y'all think Black Youngster family hate him so bad? But I don't get into stuff like that. It gets to, like, when people get to pulling on you and stuff, it gets real draining. And so what I have to say is, and I'm gonna say this, okay? I have reason to believe that an investigation is still going on, because they have not gotten. If y'all don't take anything else from what I said, we ain't never got to talk about this again, but take this. Okay. They knew they identified those that had motive and reason to want to kill young Dolph. And they identified some that wanted him dead, but they had, at that time, they had not identified the motive. So I'm not trying to keep this thing going when I say, well, it's other people involved. It is other people that wanted that boy dead. Okay. Did they pay? I don't know. I mean, I would think that they probably did put some pay. I don't think it might have not just been Yo Gotti. Okay. It might have not just been, I don't believe, but I'm gonna tell y'all why Goan got off. Goan got off because, not because he was innocent, but because they was gonna make him the fall guy. And we can all see that Goan didn't have the money to be paying for no hits. Okay. I just don't think that district attorney did that right. Govan was not the mastermind. You know, you put all of this on try to put everything. I mean, I know they knew what they was trying to do, but they put the cart before the horse. You don't go and indict Govan while you still got another investigation going on. You got enough to get Jook, but you don't. You trying to get enough to get the others too, and you know Jook ties with them can get that, whatever it is that you're trying to get. So you let him stay out a little longer, and unfortunately he loses life. Right? I hate that he lost his life. But you don't go and indict Govan and then put everything on his shoulder. Because if I was the jury and I knew that there was not a history of him trying to kill him, it came from CMG. That's where the history was. That's where the money was. So you leave him no choice but to look like he's a fall guy. Manny played ball with that. He was able to use that to his advantage. You don't go and indict him and you ain't got nothing to say about the others because it may be at a higher level. You know, it may be another entity handling that. You know, you got something else going on. You never can talk about a federal investigation. That's why you saw them hidden and missing in court. I knew exactly what was going on. So, and so you know, you make it look like, well, I mean, Govan ain't had the money. He definitely was not the one that there was a history of these same people trying to kill this man. Govan wasn't involved in that. So you leave the jury no choice. You don't go and indict him and then say he's the damn mastermind. That was the wrong charge anyways. And you haven't indicted the others yet, because if you had indicted them all together, you could have easily said, and you could have charged them right. He was the liaison, right? Not the mastermind, the liaison between the killers and the payors and the ones that actually masterminded this hit, because he didn't. I think he had his damn fingers in it with his stupid ass, but he was not the mastermind, and he definitely didn't pay for the hit. Okay. So I mean, he should have gotten some time for his part, but to give him life, I don't think a jury could do that. Especially, you say what, Jook is dead, and then you have Manny say, hey, Jook is no longer, Mr. Jook is no longer with us, but he didn't have the type of money to pay for the hit, but his brother did. He told you who paid for it. The jury wasn't no damn fools. Why ain't he? Where he at? Manny played his part. You can't get mad at a good lawyer. You damn right. Where is Yo Gotti? He's still alive. Jook gone, but his brother's still here. He was the one with the money. Shit, I ain't even hit law school yet, and I could have went in there and did better than them damn women that was sitting there all doxed out. But how you gonna object to that? So, I think that Cornelius really in the end, I believe that Cornelius outsmarted them, because their plans were to kill him too. Okay, their plans were to kill him, and I think he knew it, and he kind of outsmarted them. So leaving him alive is probably, if he was around them and saw them do anything, if there was any murders that went on that he heard about, that he know about, they're gonna listen to him, because all you need is to be pointed in the right direction, and some good investigators can go and kick up smoke from there. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So that's that on that. Okay. Hey, rest in peace to young Dolph. I hate this happen. I do. I hate it happen. I hate that these dudes could not allow their jealousy. They just couldn't dull that jealousy out. They just couldn't do it. Right? They couldn't do it. It's so unfortunate because I believe that Yo Gotti has regrets. I do. He got to have them because he knows that he's got to always look over his shoulder. He don't know. It could take as long as it took them to get Young Thug, but they're going to get to the money. Him and whoever these other people were that they identified, they had to have been important, okay, for them to have had them identified at that time, but had not identified the motive. If y'all don't remember nothing else, y'all need to remember that one. Okay. It's a damn shame that you go kill a man, and then you got the whole world looking, okay, at what they did. Yo Gotti got to be heartless. He got to be black-hearted. You got the whole world looking at what happened, and then people have the nerve, and people with like minds like him. You got justice for Dolph. And you have the whole world looking, and then people get mad and say, well, folks choosing. I done got on here and I done told y'all a million times that I don't, and they say, well, you picking sides, fuck you. I get so damn tired of old ass motherfuckers. Okay. And I be trying not to cuss on here, but I get so tired of old, stupid, ignorant, rusty motherfuckers. Okay. You bitches get your asses up. Don't even take care of your kids. Don't take care of yourself. Nothing. But you gotta know you picking sides. You a snitch. Okay? When there ought to be some humanity somewhere. I done told y'all, I stand on the side of what's right. You know why I stand on the side of what's right? Because I ain't no fucking coward. Okay? I'm not a liar. And you know why I'm not a liar? I'm not a liar because I'm not a coward. And so I don't have to straddle the fence. I don't like fence riders. Fence riders sure get a lot of people killed. Okay? As I always say, people sit on the fence so much they have splinters up their ass. I always want to ride the fence. When a decent human being, especially from out of Memphis, whether you like young Dolph or not, as a decent human being, you ought to say, them Negroes was wrong. That's the reason why we got a dark cloud over our city, the mindset of a lot of these damn fools in Memphis. And I be getting on here, I be trying to take up for my city so bad, but I know the mindset that's in this damn city. It ain't nothing right about what he did. And you got these motherfuckers get on here and embarrass me by saying that Yo Gotti and them was right, or trying to take up for him. It ain't nothing right about what they did. That man was creating revenue and wealth for a lot of young people that was in the rap business. He was making sure they weren't no slaves. Anybody, Orange Mound Quet, anybody that was trying to get in the business ought to been trying to get with him. Instead, they was plotting on his demise. But you sure got to reap what you sow. You sure got to reap. Because God says, when I get them back for what they did to you, you're going to witness it. And a lot of times it don't come back how you think. Yo Gotti don't really do interviews no more. Why not? He used to love to sit in front of a camera. Then when he do little interviews, they're real generic. It's a damn shame when you gotta do interviews and you tell folks, but you can't ask me about that Dolph stuff. You don't even want them to go in that direction, so you don't do no interviews. Yo Gotti was, I mean, a Black Youngster was kind of rising. Where he at? Okay, where he at? We saw he done put out Black Sheep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He was hollering about they was blackballing him and all of that. He ain't did an interview since 2021, the end of 2021. He ain't did an interview. So you sure do have to reap what you sow. And so, I sometimes I feel like, especially when people go, well, she feel like because she had worked for the, yeah, because Hagerman, they don't even know nothing about the law. As far as Hagerman is concerned, Hagerman didn't even deal with the Govan's case. He was not the prosecutor on Govan's case. If he had been, he probably wouldn't have been found not guilty on all of those charges. But Hagerman was the prosecutor for Cornelius and for Straight Drop. And as far as he is concerned, that is the very end as it relates to his prosecution, his prosecutory situation. He can't tell you about no investigation. Okay? Not until after they've been indicted and he is assigned the case. That's how the justice system works. Yeah, I agree with you. If you're talking about the cousin, Justice for Dolph, because I mean, I think I've thrown out many hints because that has been out there quite a bit. What did Cornelius? Cornelius said he was dead broke. Cornelius said that when he unalived young Dolph, they got out of Memphis and went to Atlanta. Okay, so they got out of Memphis, they went to Atlanta and they stayed a few days. You have to have money to travel. You have to have money. Did he ever say what hotel they stayed in? Okay, did he ever say what hotel they stayed in? Did he make contact with anybody in Atlanta? He did a murder for CMG, and all these CMGs, you got execs and stuff in Atlanta, and this was very new, like right after it happened. Did he make contact with anybody when he was in Atlanta? Who gave him the money to stay those few days? He said he was dead broke. How did they eat all of that? How did they get gas to get to and fro in Atlanta? Okay. I don't think I remember them asking him that unless it was off of the record. As a matter of fact, it had to have been off of the record, okay? If he stayed at that one house in Atlanta, it's over for everybody. Well, I did hear, yeah. So, accessory after the fact is definitely a charge. It's a crime, and aiding and abetting. Accessory after the fact, aiding and abetting. I mean, they don't carry a lot of time, I don't think, but they're still charges. That's still a crime. He said he went to DDCMG in Atlanta. It's in the phone records they showed. He could have, but I thought it was BM. Justice for Dolph, Uncle Lambert getting indicted for according. Justice for Dolph and them working on a documentary. They're gonna put everything in a documentary. He says Cypress Lambert getting indicted for giving money to Straight Drop at their smoke shop right before a hit on Wu. Let me see if I can find my phone. I'll let y'all start calling in. I mean, and it's good to have a difference of opinion. Like, I'm not mad at anybody. If folks say that I believe that it's over, I respect that. I don't have no issues with that. I have issues when people try and throw shots at me, attack me. I think they can't help it. Like I say something about somebody got something to say here. I done called Goan Charlie Brown, blockhead, all types of shit. We be talking shit up in here. Goan ain't got on his live and said Goan takes up for himself. Why would Goan want somebody to pick and choose to act like they support him and they so for him, but I'm gonna pick and choose the woman because I feel like she lightweight to show him that I'm loyal. Okay, Goan don't. And then wanted to try to get Goan to go at me. Goan ain't studying me. Shit. I'm trying to find my phone. And I ain't stunned him either. I ain't scared of him. Shit, he content. Justice for Dolph says that ain't a crime with them being on the phone. Yeah, but here's the thing though, Cypress. Why would he be on the phone with a CMG affiliate directly after he killed young Dolph? Why would any CMG affiliates want to aid and abet him or any do accessory after the fact? Why would any CMG affiliates be in direct contact with him? He go to another state and they are in direct contact with him after he running from Memphis because he just killed young Dolph. Come on now. Why they the first? Why is he in contact with CMG folks after he killed young Dolph? Why? He didn't know him before. He didn't know them folks before. Just Riddle says Cyprus is a crime because they communicated the same day. And then he goes to Atlanta. Oh, I tell you. Yeah, I'm looking for that phone. I can't find it so that y'all can call in. And I be putting a number of folks act like they be scared to call in, child. I guess they scared when I be doing all that fussing. I guess they be getting scared. I ain't. Trust me, I do not bite. I just be fussing and blowing smoke and shit. But I be nice to you when you call in. It's funny. I had somebody I was talking to on the phone say last night, woman, you be talking that shit. You ain't about that life. You just be talking shit all the time. Because I was talking shit to him. Lord Almighty says, they also use a conference line to communicate. So a lot is missing from the phone records. Well, I think they was using apps and stuff too, because they felt like it couldn't be traced until they figured out that it could. I think they let the cat out the hat recently when, people had started using, I be hating to say stuff because I know it'd be a lot of criminals on here. I don't like to give them no heads up, but that WhatsApp, there was a time that couldn't be traced. And the FBI, but the only reason I'm talking about it is because I think it was on, they was talking about that recently. It was something that happened, and they thought that WhatsApp couldn't be traced, and they was able to go pull everything. So, I mean, you cannot, yeah. So, anything can be traced. Anything can be traced. People don't really use VPNs no more because they can be traced too. Anything, if they want you, they're gonna get you. They can break down really anything. I mean, anything can be broke down, and that's the truth. And that's the truth. So I think Gotti, keep those Navy SEALs and stuff. They claim that's who they are around him. I think that he, because Puffy and them used to do that. They used to get tech savvy people. That's how Puffy was hacking people's phones and stuff. Remember that lady told on him? He used to use her to intercept and hack people's phones and stuff like that. There's a way though that you can there are some codes. I got them written down. That you can use to see if somebody is listening to your phone calls and stuff. Because iPhones are something else. That's why I got a flip phone. I got 5 phones. So, and believe it or not, I got them because they gave me a sale on them. Supposedly 4 of the lines free. No. I was looking at the bill the other day because I don't look a lot of bills. I don't look at because they just come directly out. I said, shit, I don't believe them other lines free. How's this damn bill is? And Kim says, Tam, the fighting couple, as I like to call them, have been showing out all day. Send it to me, Kim. But you have to be careful. I was going to say with the flip phones, it's not easy to hack a flip phone. But if you think you're going to get a flip phone to because you want to do some crime shit with the government, I mean, you just stupid. It's a way now. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Just for Dolph said, if you believe in 2026, you're safe with any piece of technology. It's a lot of morons out there. It's so many. They so stupid. They so stupid. It's a lot of stupid people. They think they're smarter. I don't even think that you can put something out, like you could sell something, like even technology or anything, if it has not been mastered by the American government. You're not going to put out something and they can't crack the code if they need to. I don't even think you could sell it. So I will say this about Cornelius. I think in the end, Cornelius kind of outsmarted them because they was intending to kill him. So they was trying to lure him. When they was telling him they was going to pay him, they was trying to lure him to them. And they tell him, we got your money. If I'm one of the times, he told him he wasn't back in Memphis yet. They was coming from Atlanta. I guess the people in Atlanta had said, he gone. Y'all go ahead and handle your business when he get back. When he pulled up, when he told them put that money in Miss Fifi box. Okay. And then I think the other time they thought he was gonna pull up on him, they was gonna shoot his brains out and leave him in the street. He sent his girlfriend and it caught him by surprise, and they had to pull money out of their pocket. Remember, he said they gave her $100-something. Well, it shocked them. They was expecting for her to pull up. They knew if they didn't give her a little bit of something, that he was gonna know for a fact. And as a matter of fact, he knew after that for a fact that they was trying to knock him down. They had to pull the money out their pocket and give him something. When they saw her walk up, because they thought it was gonna be him. I think at that point he didn't trust them anymore at all. He knew they was trying to kill him. They was gonna erase everybody. They killed Teasy. They killed Teasy. They killed Jeremiah. Now, here's the thing about that. About Jeremiah case. And I don't like to speak on what they're doing. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't eaten. I'm eating a cookie. I don't mean to be crunching in y'all ear. Y'all, I apologize. I'm not gonna do it no more. After I swallow this piece right here. Because when I came home, I was gonna put my chicken in the oven. Y'all know I love cream of chicken. And I had taken my chicken out, and then I forgot to sit my chicken in the vinegar. I cannot cook chicken unless I put it in vinegar and let it soak to get all of whatever it is. Like, I just feel like the vinegar kills every germ, everything. My chicken have to sit in the vinegar for an hour. Vinegar and water. And it's been in there for an hour now. And I'm thinking, is it too late to cook? They should have. No, I'm glad they didn't take Cornelius out, but I hate the part that Cornelius paid. So let me get back, because y'all know I be forgetting shit. So with Jeremiah's case, my aunt was up there. My aunt was up there. Jeremiah's case was her the team that she was over was handling that. Now, I do know that so she's not up there anymore. Let me just make that clear. She was promoted. some major black girl magic, okay? But as far as Cornelius, not Cornelius, but Jeremiah's case is concerned, I thought that it was either earlier this year or was it earlier last year? Something was supposed to be done about that. So I was just kind of just looking at some stuff one day. I got really curious. And so, you know, people have been putting out rumors that Jeremiah was killed by a jealous boyfriend. Jeremiah was not killed by no damn jealous boyfriend. Don't believe that. Jeremiah Taylor was killed by whoever it was that was affiliated with this young Dolph's case. They wanted him dead, okay? Because they had been threatening him. And they had been telling him to stop going up there and cleaning up their mural. That's what happened. And what they did was they booked him. Okay. They booked him. Jeremiah had you know, like the beauticians have, okay? What you can go online and book the person. Okay, you can go online and book the person. And that's what he had. And Jeremiah had put up on his Facebook page, if you're calling me about if I get to your home and you ask me to have sex with you, if it's anything to do with sex, you will not get your money back and I will walk out. Folks said he was leaving his office. He was not leaving his office. He did not have an office. He did not have an office. Let's be clear. He was mobile. Jeremiah was mobile. And what they did was they booked him. They watched him and they booked him. So the reason that he was killed there, they was waiting on him. And if they was over by that Delta hospital, okay, so they knew what kind of car and stuff he was in. They was waiting on him. Now they shot that boy up so bad his car flipped over. Okay. I mean, Jeremiah, whoever killed Teasy killed him. That's what I believe. Okay, because it's very similar. You catch them off guard while they driving. Or some of the same, you know. Anyways, I digress. So Jeremiah killer could be Rashad Hill. I got my money on him, but makes sense why he never got no charge, including hit on Plea. They trying all his other crimes too. But Justin is the number one shooter. I tell you. But anyways, my aunt didn't tell me this. My aunt's not up there anymore. But somebody had told me that they had enough to get an indictment. It was either earlier this year. Well, earlier last year, because this is a new year right here. Y'all know my head off. So it has been earlier last year. It was earlier last year that they had enough to get an indictment dropped for Jeremiah, but I don't know what has happened since then. I'm not in the loop. Okay, I ain't in the loop. So I don't know what's going on as it relates to that anymore. Yeah. And maybe whoever, you know, whoever hit him didn't hit Teasy. You know, it could be different, but I just look at the similarities of, you know, Jeremiah driving, and they knew he was gonna be coming through there because they booked him. They booked him. When you book him, he would just, you know, you book an appointment with him. And he was mobile, so he was coming to your house because he didn't have an office or a location for you to come to. So they knew he was coming. Some of these women so damn stupid. They'll sit up and let these men, you know, run them right into a burning house. They have kids and everything. And they want to play loyal to these men so much, okay, that they willing to play as setup girls and get their asses sent away for life, away from their children. Because that's what's going to happen to some of these girls. Says Rashad Hill, older brother was connected to Goan, Juke, and Gotti. Some crew of young Trula crash outs killed Teasy and Jeremiah. Some of these folks gonna be looking at the death penalty when it's all over with. And you know what's so sad? I think they would rather die than to sit in jail for the rest of their life. Y'all see how Devin Burns was acting when he thought that they was getting ready to drop some of them indictments on him when he was sitting in that courtroom. He was scared that it's going to happen, but it just didn't happen then. And we see how he was acting. Somebody said they was looking at Devin Burns, something that he posted, and he was talking about he go and kill people if they post something that he don't like. They said he said that on his post, or something like that. M Soul says, is that the same person that was shooting a Juke at Juke multiple times? They said, you know, okay. He says, I got Bang Wang on Teasy and Rashad on Jeremiah on my card, both approved by Devin Burns. I tell you, but anyways, y'all, as far as Cornelius is concerned, he goes back to court next month. He goes back to court next month. And is it next month? Is it next month? Or yeah, it's March, right? He goes back in March, the end of March. And his attorney says that he's going to enter a guilty plea. And they're working out some kinks, okay? So, like I said, he looked different. Looked like he's lost some weight, and he doesn't look as terrible as he was looking before, because he looked like he was going down through there. It looked like his mind is at peace. So Cornelius probably told everything he thought he knew about what he heard, what he seen, and it seemed like it just, the more that you talk and tell, probably to a lot of, you know, as far as him The more you talk until a lot of that weight started to come off of him. I don't even think he was really telling for. Okay. Just for I believe that Cornelius would have. I think he would have told as it relates to them for a hobby, as made it as a hobby. Justice for Dow says, I got banged away until, yeah. Oh, anyways, y'all, I wish I could have found that phone so that y'all could call in. I be needing to keep that. Oh, I think I done found it, y'all. Because Fat Boy might be able to send me some more money. Y'all know Fat Boy sent me $500. Fat Boy sent me $500, y'all. I appreciate that so bad. So much. I said so bad. I sound like my grandbaby now. I appreciate that so much. I'm going to get my nails done with it. And my toes. Hold on, y'all. Shout out to Fat Boy for doing that. Let me see. Let me check my Cash App. Has he sent me some more money? Oh my God, Fat Boy crazy. Fat Boy, if you're in the bushes, my Cash App on, you can send me some more money. Let's see. Okay, y'all, I'm getting ready to turn my phone. The phone is on. Y'all could call in. Somebody already called. Call back. Somebody called. Call back. I didn't have the phone on. They called at 8:25. So I got the phone on now. Whoever wants to, the number is up. If you want to call in, you can call. Y'all, please don't call in with no foolishness. I ain't in the mood for no crazy stuff. What about Desmond Rogers? They killed him too, I believe. I believe that he killed him. Yeah, they was just killing folks. I think they was trying to kill anybody that they thought. You know, Jeremiah basically was killed because they wanted to create an energy of fear. I think that's what that was. That was around the time they was really trying to create an energy of fear. Those dudes that went and shot up when they was out there doing like a I forget what it's called, a candlelight vigil for young Dolph. Those dudes went out there and shot up that vigil. Okay. They went to jail and they got out. You know, the word was, now this is allegedly, I don't know if it's true, that Black youngsters sent them. So, you know, that's the kind of energy that he was pushing around that time, though. You know, they thought that they could rule with fear. And so, you know, they was killing innocent people. It's really sad. It really is. So it would be wishful thinking to feel like that all of these people were killed. You know, folks lost their lives basically for nothing. I remember a name came up. A young lady came into the chat and said that allegedly Teasy was the one that killed Jeremiah. I don't believe that Teasy was the one that killed him. Although with him, you know, you might start hearing it now, you know. I guess nobody want to call in. So, yeah, it's too late for me to cook. What time is it? Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock. It's too late. I don't want to eat this late. I'm hungry too. I wonder if I got some avocados in there. Because I could make me an egg and avocado wrap. And it would be good too. It will be light. It won't be so heavy this late. I'm trying to think, do I have homework tonight? I don't think so. Y'all call in. Y'all don't have to be scared to call in. I'm a really nice person. Really, I am. So one of those guys are no longer with us that shot up the mural. Really? Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, wow. I tell you, I be hating when these young men lose their lives. And believe it or not, I be hating it when I hate when they lose their lives, and I hate it when they lose their lives to jail too. But I'd rather see them go to jail than be killed. I know people are sick and twisted now. They feel like it's more honorable to die. It's really sad. You would think that a lot of these OGs would be putting the game down differently. They old asses made it out of their 20s and stuff. So why would they tell these young dudes that it's more honorable to die rather than tell something? And it's a manipulation type tactic because they manipulate them into, they don't want them to tell on them. They don't want to go to jail and do life. So they kind of manipulate these young dudes. Like I said, I think it's so sad. They make them think that it's more honorable to go and do life for somebody else rather than to stand up and say, wait a minute, I wasn't the one that committed that murder. You give the person who committed it a certain time to step up and say it and take their charge. But if they don't take their charge, then I'm going to tell it. I'm not getting ready to go and do life for nobody. But unfortunately, a lot of these OGs sit up and tell these young dudes, boy, you got to be a man. Yeah, I know you 20 years old, but shoot, you be out when you 45. You old ass bitch. You sitting up in your fucking late 40s and 50s. You done lived your whole damn life and you trying to mislead somebody else's child because your funky ass too scared to go and do time. Your pissy ass. This is the type of stuff that we supposed to be really rallying against. Okay? Peer pressure is a mother. And so they put a lot of peer pressure on these young thugs that just want to be accepted. Because it ain't nothing normal about want to go and join a gang to be killing folks. It ain't nothing normal about that. A bunch of damn misfits that want to be accepted. And that's the truth. That's exactly what happened, Justice for Dolph. And now they misleading the whole nation. And God ain't pleased by it either. That's the reason why a lot of them it seemed like karma just following them everywhere they go. They cannot get a foothold in nothing because they're not doing it right. A lot of women are being beat down so bad, they're scared to say something. They really are. A lot of women have been beat down by men so bad. I can't understand, like, if I can't, I can't, as a woman, I'm not going to be with a man that I'm scared of. How can that be a relationship when you sitting up scared of a damn man that you living in the house with? That ain't healthy. But unfortunately, a lot of women are afraid because some of these men are so emotionally imbalanced. They killing their women. I see it all day, every day. They killing them. I'll never forget. Was it in North Memphis? This happened some years back. And women got to be wiser about who they choose to be with. They get these men straight out of jail. Why they get these men straight out of jail, I don't know. I done told y'all I worked for the sheriff's office all those years. You better be careful about these men that can't stay out of jail. Okay. Because they ain't got no blue balls. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They ain't got no blue balls or blue bells or whatever they call it. So they're releasing some kind of way, and it's usually on another man. Okay. But my friend told me, he said that what precinct did Jason work? It must have been around, was it the East Precinct? He said that a guy flagged him down. He flagged him down. He was just standing out there. He said, just standing out there, just flagged us down. Said him and his girl that got into it, and he set on fire, and she was up there in the tub. And he said, Tamara, he said it just as calm as I'm talking to you right now. He said, we got into it and I set on fire, and she was on fire in the tub. He said, standing out on the curb just as calm, wasn't fidgety, nothing, flagged him down. The girl was on fire. Okay. She died shortly after, but she got him straight up out of jail. And he said when they got him down there to the interrogation room, he sat back there, smoked a cigarette, talked just as calm. He was happy. He was going back to his damn boyfriends in jail. But these women got to stop being so damn man hungry. It's a lot of good men out there. Okay? That ain't going to pick up a finger to do nothing to you but love on you. Okay? I wouldn't even want no man that I met in jail and he coming straight out of jail. And, that's why we got a lot of little, these men are angry now. This younger generation, because their mama done brought the wrong man up over them. Hell, she act like something wrong with her. He didn't even want her until they found out that she had some little boys. He said he want to be little Junebug stepdaddy, and Junebug own daddy don't do nothing for him later. That ain't why he want to be. He want to be with you. He want to be with you because he like them little boys you got, and not in a natural way. So when it's single parenting in the household, like it's unfortunate. I hate to say it. It's a lot of women that work hard. They do the best they can. They do. They're single mothers. They're doing the best they can. But we got to be real. There's a lot of women that's failing their damn children. Okay? People don't really like to talk about that because of the damn mistakes that they are making, bringing Tom, Dick, and Harry around their damn kids. And people are more and more people are sick. They are sick. They don't give a damn about you or nothing you got going on. It's what's beneficial to them. And they sitting up looking at your damn sons and your daughters, they will misuse them. Okay? Don't you know that growing like a healthy young man instinctively, when they're growing up, instinctively they want to be protective of their mother. Instinctively they do. And so when they see, and so when they see somebody mistreating their mother, and they are afraid and they can't do anything about it, it makes them extremely angry. So like I said, a lot of adults have to get themselves together so that we can start, raising healthy kids. Because kids and broken kids grow up, when they've been in broken homes, they grow up broken. Okay, a lot of anger because mama in denial, uh, you know, about a lot of things that may have happened to them. They don't want to deal with it, you know, because they don't want to accept that they failed their children in a lot of arenas of their life. They don't want to deal with that. So that's why I always say, it happens in every community, but our community definitely needs some healing. Um, yeah, yeah. Who was that was telling me? One of my friends at the PD was telling me that a young lady had a sexual assault. They made the scene of a sexual assault, and the girl said that she um, was asking her daughter, her little daughter, about 7 or 8 years old, why her boyfriend had given her so much candy, and the little boy, she had a child with him, and then she had 2 other kids. And the little boy had said that they was sitting at the end of the bed looking at TV. And the boyfriend was laying in the bed, and he told the girl to come up under the cover. The little 7-year-old girl come up under the cover and made her perform oral sex on him while the other kids were sitting at the end of the bed. Okay. And he told her to swallow his semen, and she ended up throwing up. And see, this is the type of shit that make me mad with these piss ass OGs. They'll tell a young dude that the worst thing that they can do is snitch, but they'll let a bitch like him, they'll go smoke weed with him. Well, at least he ain't no snitch. He raped that little girl, but he ain't no snitch. I don't know how women deal with no man like that, because a bitch like that ought to be in his grave. Okay, you sitting up dealing with somebody, and you got a lot of love for somebody that sit up and do something like that to a little girl, but you think a man that tell on somebody terrorizing their neighborhood and killing out folks in their community is bad because he done told the police on them? It's something wrong with that. Okay. But anyways, to get back to that story, and a lot of this stuff, I sit and I think about when people say, "Why is she so hard?" Don't y'all know I worked for the police department before I left, and just started working my private investigative business 100%. I worked for the police department for a total of 18 years. So all them 18 years, I got the opportunity to see all this shit. Okay, I got the opportunity to see the type of stuff that they can't show on the news. They can't show this because of privacy laws and all of that. They can't show stuff like that. They can't show that sex crimes is full to the capacity every single day because of all the sexual assaults that happen daily. So there has to be like a resolution in our community. Like people, I think what happens in our community, people be wanting you to give it to them lightly. You know, they want you to give it to them lightly. Like I said, our community like being finessed, and y'all, it ain't nothing right about what's going on. A lot of the stuff that go on, everything is backwards, and I think now a lot of this, we're stagnant in our community, a lot of us, and it's because of our mindset, and then we try to hide stuff. We try to hide stuff. We'll know that there's a predator in our household, or one uncle that molests kids, but they try to protect the uncle. Okay, you already know that that auntie or that cousin who's totally screwed up, who putting her daughter in bed with her boyfriends, but people try to hide that. Don't you tell nobody about that secret in our family, instead of doing something about it. Okay, because we don't want to look bad. Okay, so it's just best to deny it, or better yet, act like it ain't never even happened. Okay. And so that's why I say these are the types of things that we gotta deal with in our community. Okay. And I said all that to say this. Okay. What Cornelius did to young Dolph was wrong, but you got people feeling like because he told that straight with that he's better than the rest of them. They take their focus off of the people that actually took young Dolph out. Okay. And he was one of them, the ones that conspired, the ones that paid. Cornelius is the worst one because he told it. Told it. Can't even talk. Anyways, y'all. I've been on here 2.5 hours. I need to get off because I gotta eat me something. I have not eaten today, and I was eating. Yeah, every time I go into a gas station, I can't help myself. I like those old-fashioned stage planks, the pink ones. I grew up eating those, so I got me one today. Telling ain't cool. No, telling is cool. We need to get back to telling people to tell it, to get these predators off of the street. If people know that there are going to be some repercussions, they'll be hesitant about a lot of the shit that they do. But if they can get a bunch of damn fools into not telling on them, because it ain't cool to tell on somebody that's a serial killer, because a lot of these folks are serial killers. Anytime you sitting up, you killing folks just because you killing, and then they brag about it. I got 3-4 bodies up under my belt. I'm ashamed of something like that to even be in our damn community. Okay, I get to thinking about them. They make me shame. They pathetic. So I mean, it has to be a change in our community. But I mean, I'm glad that Cornelius ultimately told. Okay, and I wish he'd tell. And he probably telling some more stuff. Telling this file only when you're trying to be tough and gangster, putting this on, knowing you got the paperwork. Cornelius said what every adult should. And if you notice, Cornelius didn't even have no issues with straight drop. Straight drop was a part of the reality. So he had to tell. I don't even think he had no vitriol as it relates to straight drop. I don't. He just had to tell it. I mean, I agree with it. Crime will go down some more. People know they're gonna get told on. if they know they're going to get told on. I thought somebody was going to, I thought y'all wanted to call in, but I guess you didn't want to call in. Let me see. One person called in. I ain't had the phone on. Anyways, y'all, I enjoyed y'all tonight. We'll want to talk more about, you know, Cornelius when he goes. It's gonna be interesting to see, like, how much time he's gonna get. And like I said, I sat in the courtroom for a little while today, so I was in there when they first brought him in, and it was just like it was the last time. Okay. All of the parties sat closer while they was hearing other cases. They sat closer to Hagerman. They were all gathered around him. So it seemed like to me, Cornelius folks ain't got no issues with Hagerman. That's how it seems to me. They ain't got no issues with Hagerman. They seem to like him. Okay. So he might be okay. Like I said, the word in the halls of the court is that he's not going to get a whole lot of time, but I don't know if that's true or not. Again, I say I don't know if it's true because I don't know how they could know how much time he's going to get because it's up to the judge. So it says if I see a man beating on women on the street, I am telling or I'm going to jail. I'm telling you. He said, Miss T, you in the nail shop, motherfuckers erase your bestie. Now what you gonna do? That's what it be. Only serial case is serial case. Get it? So no, you go hard. They label you that, but what you saying? I see what you're saying. And I do understand that a lot of young men that have grown up in these hoods and stuff, they've had to it's either kill or be killed. It's so unfortunate. Okay. But it's a different thing when you call yourself a part of a clique or a gang and y'all go and kill somebody for some money. And then y'all go on a killing spree trying to erase any and everybody. Because you go, he might tell, he might tell, he might tell. Okay, they just killing innocent people. That's kind of what happened in the young Dolph case. You got Jeremiah, he was killed. I'm not saying Teasy was innocent. I'm not saying that he was innocent, but at the same time, you know, they killed Teasy. He was still a human being. They ain't had no right to kill Teasy. So people talk about King Von. King Von was a sociopath. He definitely was a dangerous serial killer. he was definitely a sociopath. Mm-hmm. He said, man, these people had access to people like Hot Rod. Ain't nobody should be killing nobody with the types of connections. And they all would be rich if they had a little bit of brains. Wow. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. I love you all. Y'all have a good night. Let me say a prayer before I get off. Y'all, I overslept this morning, so I was supposed to get on my praying line. Y'all know we get on the prayer line every morning from 7 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. So it's 15 minutes of prayer on the go. I would advise everybody. Let me show y'all my Real Talk with Tamara page, okay? This is the page, and it's got everything on it, okay? Hold on, you all. Okay, go. So it's on my Real Talk with Tamara Facebook like page. And we do prayer every morning. And this is the number right here. So every morning from 7 a.m. to 7:15. And this is the praying line number. And that's the code. Okay. I put 7:20, but we be off of there about 7:15 every morning. Because what we do is we pray. I give everybody the opportunity to speak and put into the atmosphere what they want us to pray and agree. Praying in agreement is very strong, y'all. Like, it's real. And so that's why we come into agreement. And we've been coming into agreement for like prosperity and healing. And I think I'm gonna add tomorrow, I'm gonna add also for peace in everybody's city. He said people always say F the police until it's time to call. I'm telling you, they be the first ones to call. Yeah. And so we've been praying for prayer. I mean, we've been praying for prosperity, healing, and we're going to start praying for peace also, y'all, because we got to have some peace in our homes, in our on our jobs, in our cities where there's a lot of chaos, right? It's a whole lot of chaos. So we gotta do better as it relates to that, right? Hold on one second, you guys. I want to say a prayer since I didn't get the opportunity. I overslept. I'm gonna say a prayer tonight. I always pray before we get off of here, though. Yeah, I always pray before we get off. So, anyways, dear God, I just thank you for everyone that was on this live tonight that meant well. I ask that you shield and protect each and every one of us and our families. No weapon formed against any of us shall prosper. Anything that rises up against us will be condemned. God, I ask that you just touch everyone on this live. Keep us safe. Lord, if there is a need, I ask that you supply every need to anyone that is on this line that is lacking. God, I ask that you keep us safe, keep their children safe. We thank you right now for healing in the body. Those that may have ailments and sicknesses or have loved ones that have ailments and sicknesses, Lord. We know that you are a healer. I just ask that you go in their homes, God. But most of all, God, I ask that you touch the minds and change the mindset. It is a lot of sickness in the mind, and that is what the enemy is taking over. But we ask that you touch the mind and let there be a renewal of the mind, God. I ask that you get the men that have not stepped up. I ask that you touch their minds and give them the spirit and the soul to change their lives, to step up and step back up on the throne so that they can lead and provide for their families. We put that into the atmosphere. We come into agreement and we asked, we believe, and we know that we will receive. Okay. I thank you all for getting on tonight. Okay. I may be back on tomorrow night. I might be back on tomorrow night. Okay. I love y'all. Talk to you later.